Namaste, welcome to your yoga practice. My name is Sierra, and today I will be taking us through a Sagittarius full moon themed yoga class, which I'm super excited about. Sagittarius is a very active spirit. They carry the energy of the seeker. They love to travel. There is a lot of forward momentum and creativity that's associated with Sagittarius. The sign of Sagittarius is also commonly represented by an archer figure. So we're going to incorporate some of that symbolism and some of that fun, progressive, really active energy into our flow today. So I'm so excited to get started with you. You do not need any props, but if you want to grab a block or maybe a bolster for some extra support, you can do that. And we will get started in a comfortable seat when you're ready. Just start here by closing the eyes, taking a few deep breaths. Beginning to find a sense of stillness. Sort of finding that calm, serene starting point, so that then when we begin to initiate our movement, we can start from this space of connection and intention. Breathing deeply into your belly and sighing it out through an open mouth. We'll take one more here. And then closing the lips, beginning to find that Ujjayi pranayama, creating that thick, and gently closing the lips, finding that Ujjayi pranayama in the back of the throat. Then we'll inhale, take a big stretch up towards the ceiling, reach up from your waist to the tips of your fingers, and exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Wonderful. You can release the hands, open up the eyes. We're going to make our way onto our hands and knees here. Beginning with a few rounds of cat and cow to help awaken the spine. So as you inhale, drop your belly down, broaden across your collarbone, lift your tailbone and look up. And as you exhale, press into the palms, puff your back body up towards the ceiling, drop your tailbone, release your chin. And inhale, belly drops, heart lifts. Exhale, round it in. Continuing here for a breath or two, finding any other movements, maybe a rock back and forth, or a sway side to side. Bringing some fluidity to your body and your breath here. And making your way back to neutral, exhale. We're going to continue with some fire hydrant circles with the knees here. So I want you to bend your left knee and lift your left heel up towards the ceiling. Now, keeping your foot and your leg in this 90-degree shape, go ahead and lift your left leg open to the side, and then down, around, back underneath you, and then back up. So just drawing circles with your knee here. You might get some nice, good pops and crackles and snaps here. Always feels good. Take one more breath in this direction. And then reverse the direction of your circles, taking the knee back behind you, underneath, forward and out. Keeping your belly engaged here. And releasing back down, tabletop pose. We'll take same thing on the second side, so lift the right knee up towards the ceiling, bent knee, flex your foot. And then exhale, take your knee out and down, up and around. Moving with the breath. Leaning to loosen up the hips and the legs. As the traveler of the zodiac, Sagittarius loves to move forward, take us places. We're going to honor the part of our body that takes us places and switch the direction of your circles. Good, then release back down, tabletop pose. Let's find one more round of cat and cow. Big inhale. And exhale. Good, release your spine. Walk your hands forward, tuck your toes, make your way back to downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Press into your palms, press into all 10 fingers, bend your knees, lift your hips. Inhale, look forward towards your fingertips and travel to the top of your mat on an exhale. Releasing across the back body, release the back of your neck and your chin. Inhale, bend your knees, take your arms out to the sides, up, palms to touch. Exhale, hands to heart center. Good, let's move through a Surya Namaskar B together. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, sit low. We'll find a chair pose, Utkatasana. Bend the knees, draw your hips down, your belly in. Inhale here. And we'll exhale, straighten your legs, fold forward. Halfway lift on an inhale breath. We're going to exhale, plant the hands. Take yourself back to a plank pose or a modified plank pose with the knees lifted or bent, your choice. We'll exhale, come all the way down to the belly. As you inhale, press into your palms, lift your heart, lift your chin, cobra pose. Exhale, release. Press into your palms, exhale, rise up to either tabletop pose or plank pose. Exhale, find your way back to downward facing dog. Wonderful. Let's lift the left leg up towards the sky on an inhale. And exhale, bend the knee, step forward. We're going to find warrior one. So back heel spins to the floor. Toes go to the right at a 45-degree angle. Inhale, press down through your feet. Rise up through your chest and your hands. Beautiful, lifting up through the shoulders, but then relaxing them down the back. Inhale, lifting up through the fingertips. Exhale, relaxing the shoulders back. Wonderful. Big inhale breath here. We're going to exhale, hinge forward as you reach your hands backwards. So like a flying warrior one here. Reach the arms back, chest tips forward. Inhale, press down through your feet, lift up through your chest, reach your fingers up. Exhale, fly forward, hinging from your hips. Keep strength in your legs as you reach the arms back, continuing with your breath here. Inhale up. Exhale, flow forward. And take two more. Keep strength in your feet, engagement in your core. One more. Fly forward. Good. Inhale, warrior one. Reach up towards the ceiling. Exhale, hands to the floor. Step back. Again, plank pose or modified. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift your chest, press into your palms, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Take 2 big breaths here. Second side, moving with your breath. Right leg lifts. Inhale. Exhale, bend the knees, step forward. Warrior one. Back heel finds the ground. Rise and sink in. One breath here to find your foundation. Press into both feet, opening your knees out wide. Strengthen the core. Exhale, bow forward. Hands reach back. Crown of the head reaches forward. Inhale, press and rise. Exhale, fly. 3 more here, using your breath. You could even add a wave-like sensation rippling along your spine if that feels good. Take some movement, some freedom here in your body. One more here together. Inhale, press down, rise up. Hands find the floor, exhale. Stepping back through your vinyasa, whatever it looks like for you today. Open your heart, inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful, 3 big breaths here. Beautiful job, you guys. Wonderful. When you're ready, use an inhale breath. We're going to reach the right leg up long behind us this time. And we're going to step forward, finding warrior two. So right foot steps between the hands. Left foot comes down 90 degrees. Exhale, open yourself all the way up towards the left side. Extending your arms out long. Gazing over the front fingertips. Engaging your core, your solar plexus area here. Good. Keeping your gaze forward, I want you to bring your left hand forward to your, You're keeping your gaze forward here. I want you to bring your back hand forward to touch your right palm. And then we're going to exhale, pull back and across like you're drawing a bow. And keep the right arm extended forward. And then draw the left elbow back, lifting up from the ground. So you're in this archer shape. Gazing forward, broadening across the front of your chest, nice and strong. Inhale here. Exhale, pivot back, reverse warrior. Keep your arm structure here, lifting the right fingertips up as your left elbow draws back. Beautiful. Inhale. Exhale, lower back, warrior two, arch your arms. Beautiful. One more inhale, really strong. And exhale, release into side angle. So you have your right elbow that now comes down onto your right knee. Left arm extends up and over. Beautiful stretch here. Good. Inhale, we'll come back up. Warrior two, standard arms. Hands to hips. Exhale, straighten the right leg. Point the right toes towards the left side of your mat. Find a wide-legged forward fold here. Press down on your hips. Inhale, extend up through your heart. Lift up through the throat and your chin. And exhale, hinge forward. Releasing the backs of the legs. You can bring your palms onto the floor. Maybe releasing the back of your neck by dropping the crown of your head towards the floor. Take a few breaths here. You can take a few wiggles if you like, moving side to side, bending in the knees, a little mini skandasana here if you like. And make your way to stillness. We're going to inhale, halfway lift, straightening across the spine, lifting up through the chest. And exhale, walking forward, turning onto your the ball of your front foot and the ball of your back foot here. Drop your chest down, drop your hips down, lift your chest forward. Exhale, release the back knee, untuck your toes. And we'll exhale, find a half splits here. So drop your hips back, straightening the right leg, lift your toes in towards your face. Beautiful. One more breath here. And inhale, lift your gaze, look towards your toes, bend back into your front knee. Tuck your back toes. Inhale, lift your back knee. Step back, downward facing dog. And take one big breath here. And now we're going to find that archer series on the second side. Inhale, lift your left leg up nice and high, reaching out through your toes. Bend your knees, step forward, finding warrior two. Back heel draws back, spiraling your heart and chest open. Big, strong warrior arms, gazing forward. Okay, now we're going to draw our bow and arrow here again. So reach the back hand forward to meet your left. Exhale, draw it back nice and strong, broad across the heart. Keep that back elbow lifted. Big, strong gaze over the front of your fingertips, really feeling into the power, the energy, the symbolism of this pose here in this shape. Aiming your intention like a powerful arrow. Good, reverse your warrior. Inhale. Lift up through the left side, fingertips reaching up, back elbow, right elbow points down. Keep strong, warrior two legs here, breathe. Good, release back, warrior two, arch your arms, big strong breath. Exhale, release, side angle, front elbow releases onto front knee. Top arm, right arm stretches up and out. Inhale and exhale. One more breath. Good, hinge yourself back up, find warrior two, Virabhadrasana. And exhale, straighten the front leg, hands to hips, wide-legged fold, second side. Big inhale, press down on your hips, engage your core, lift your chest. And exhale, fold forward. Take a few rounds of breath here, either in stillness or with any movement that's calling to you. Inhale to lift up through the chest, looking down at the floor. And exhale, walk yourself forward to that low lunge. Hips drop down to the floor. Palms or fingertips framing the front foot. And release the back knee, untuck your toes. Take a big breath in as you drop the hips and reach the chest forward. And exhale, find half splits, walking yourself back as you straighten the front leg, lift your toes up and in towards your face. And inhale, take your gaze forward, back towards your toes. And exhale, walk yourself back. Make your way back to downward facing dog. Lifting the back knee, stepping back. If you'd like to take one more vinyasa here, you're more than welcome to. We'll all meet in downward facing dog. And then gently dropping down onto your knees, making your way to child's pose. Either taking the knees as wide as the mat, or maybe keeping them tucked in closer together. Whatever feels best for you and your back body today. Just use this time to reconnect with your breath, reconnect with that stillness that we found at the beginning of class. And maybe lengthening along the side body by crawling your fingertips forward for a breath or two. Keeping the neck relaxed. And then inhale, lift yourself back up to your tabletop pose. We're going to make our way to a seat and find Baddha Konasana, butterfly legs. So drawing the soles of the feet together, taking hold of the ankles, the shins, maybe the big toes. Letting the knees grow heavy, lifting up from the hips and the spine, relaxing your shoulders. Folding forward on an exhale, taking it nice and slow here. Hinge from the hips, reach your heart forward. Try to keep a straight spine for as long as you can. And then if you'd like to, maybe round out through the top of the spine, relaxing the chin in towards the chest just a little bit here as you soften around the shape. Breathing into the sensitive, maybe the tense areas around your hips and your glutes here. Slowing down the breath, one more round here. Good, then lifting up through the chest, nice and slow. Finding Janu Shirshasana, extending the right leg out long, keeping the left knee bent, drawing the sole of your foot in towards your thigh. Drawing the chest open towards the right just a little bit. Inhale. Lift up through the spine here, flexing the front foot, maybe softening the front knee a little bit if you need to. Exhale, begin to slowly crawl the chest forward towards your right leg. Bring that little bit of a twist across the back body here. And just softening around this shape in whatever way you can for a few breaths. Even if that means your front knee is all the way bent, or maybe your chest is really lifted. There's always the ability to just find softness wherever we are. As you inhale, gently lift your chest, looking back up towards your toes. Drawing the shoulders back over your hips. We'll just gently switch sides. Left leg will extend for Janu Shirshasana. Opening yourself up to the side, maybe sitting up on a block or a bolster if you need to find softness in the hamstrings and the hips. Taking your time to exhale, slowly fold forward. You might notice that one side feels really different. I know mine definitely do. This side is a lot tighter, personally. You're just tuning in and noticing those little nuances of your body here. Softening for 2 rounds of breath here. And pressing into the palms, slowly lifting up. Drawing the left knee back in, making your way onto your back here. Drawing your knees in towards your chest. Reaching around to take hold of your knees or your shins. Giving yourself a little hug here. Maybe rocking gently side to side, massaging your low back. And gently take your knees out wide, finding a variation of happy baby that feels good for you. You can keep hold of the knees or reach up for the ankles or the big toes. Allowing your knees to frame your torso, the soles of your feet opening up towards the ceiling. Taking a few breaths. Maybe a gentle rock side to side here. And releasing your heels towards your glutes. Drawing the knees back together. Gently crossing the right knee on top of the left. Just like you're sitting crisscross. Taking hold of your left knee. Finding a bit of compression and a stretch along the outer right hip here. And then release and switch the cross of your legs. So now drawing the left knee on top of the right. Allowing your hands to rest on the right knee. Slowing down even more here. And gently release the cross of your legs. Releasing your way out into a final resting pose that feels good for you. Whether that's shavasana with your legs stretched out long, or your feet on the floor, knees towards the sky. Maybe you'd like to take a side-lying shavasana today. Just listen in to what feels good in your body. And just be there for 10 full breaths here.
And taking your time to reawaken here. If you'd like to close with us today, gently making your way onto one side and then softly pressing up to a seat. We'll close with our hands back at heart center, bowing the chin in towards your chest, honoring this spaciousness in your heart, your body, your mind. And I want to thank you so much for your practice today. Full moon blessings to you. Namaste.